Now, for people to understand what you're talking about, is your congressman says, well, look, I'm bringing home this special project for us. Well, when you times that by almost every member of Congress, what you do a lot of times is the budget is swallowed by these earmarks. Yeah. One of the earmarks that caused an absolute fervor in Congress was, remember that bridge in Alaska?
The bridge to nowhere, Stevens, yes, that's correct.
He wanted this bridge, which was going to benefit like 3 Eskimos and 2 walruses.
I think it was a few more people.
You know, and was costing absolutely in the tens of millions of dollars.
Right.
And so finally people got upset and they sort of drew a line in the sand. But are you saying, in other words, that we need to do more than that?
I will say, when I go to Congress, I will sign the Club for Growth pledge against earmarks, most definitely. My opponent is...
So you mean you're not going to get unlimited funds for public comment so that we could be across the entire country?
As Davy Crockett said, it's not our money to spend. It is not our money to spend. David Dreyer is working on some innocuous legislation with John Boehner from, is it Ohio? He's the minority leader. And they're in a Democrat Congress. I don't think that, and it's against earmarks, so David can say, I'm working on legislation against earmarks, but he will not sign the Club for Growth pledge against earmarks.
Now, are you and David having any debates?
I challenged David to a debate. I saw David after a dinner of a local Republican club back in February. And in fact, it was the 21st. It was the day that we finished up the official papers for this race. And David said, how you doing, Sonny? I said, I'm doing fine. I said, I'm working on another race. And he said, which district? And I said, the 26th. He said, why are you doing that? I says, well, it has to be done, David. And I mentioned a number of the issues there. David, it's funny, at that particular meeting, he was boasting to the Slough Republican Club how these trade agreements and so on and so forth, that Walmart is going to hire 20,000 Mexicans in in Mexico to work in the Walmart stores down in Mexico. And when I got him outside after the meeting afterwards, saying goodnight, I said, David, he said, why are you challenging me? I says, well, CAFTA for one reason. Do you know the provisions of CAFTA, David? Are you the one that said the free flow of human capital with CAFTA? And you're telling these good people that Mexico's going to hire 20,000 Mexicans. Do you know every rule in CAFTA? Can they transfer any of those workers to the San Diego store? And David looked at me with this blank look in his face like, how did you find out all these different things about CAFTA? So I'm not sure if he really knows exactly what he was signing there.
Well, one thing, I'm very pleased that we've had you on. You've been on it before, and you'll be invited on whenever you want. Because one of the things that's important is we have all these troops that are over in Iraq that are doing everything they can, including giving their life, so that we could have a democracy. You don't have a democracy with only one candidate. You don't have a democracy when the incumbent automatically wins all the time. And I think one of the problems with our government now is the way they have done gerrymandering and everything. It turns out a lot of times that there are what are considered safe districts.
And this is a safe district. Do not worry about if David loses his primary, which I hope he does, that we're going to lose this to the Democrats, because it's beyond a 10-point spread. So that's not going to happen. I talk to Republican people in this district, and I say, what would the Democrats have to spend to get you to vote for a Democrat? And they said there's no amount of money they can spend to get me to vote for it. And it's a safe Republican district. But I appeal to your audience, go to our website. We need people to telephone. We need people to walk in your neighborhood, even if it's only up and down your block, pass out our brochures. And we need the votes. And we need, right now, absentee votes. That's what every campaign is looking at right now. They're going to drop the ballots, I think, about May 3rd. So I'm appealing to absentee voters, and then, of course, the June 3rd voters.
Well, Mark has been involved in politics with me for a number of years, and one of the things that we always said is we vote against people with big signs. And what we mean by that is people with big money. Because, see, the thing that concerns me is that it costs so much money to run for office.